It has happened again. A man was killed in yet another wrong-way crash on I-96 this morning. The highway was closed for hours, and tonight the investigation into what happened there continues. 24-hour News 8's Coco McAvoy was on the scene for us this morning, and she has our report tonight.
It's back to business as usual here on I-96 after a deadly crash from early this morning that claimed the life of a man. And officials say this all happened because of a wrong-way drunk driver. This was the scene this morning on I-96. Charred car parts, shattered glass, and flashing lights filled the highway after a wrong-way crash. Officers say a Grand Rapids woman in her 40s was driving drunk and started heading in the wrong direction on the highway.
Traveling eastbound in the westbound lanes of travel and had a head-on collision with a passenger car.
Both vehicles immediately caught fire, and the driver of the car, who was the only occupant, died from his injuries, while the wrong-way driver survived the crash.
The at-fault driver in the minivan was actually pulled from the vehicle by a citizen that stopped.
As officers continue their investigation, they say there's no good explanation as to why these crashes are happening, but want drivers to immediately call 911 if they see a wrong-way driver.
Stay on the phone with the dispatcher and relay that information real time as fast as you can. And that's the best way to get law enforcement on scene and stop it before we have a tragedy like we did this morning.
In Grand Rapids, I'm Coco McAvoy, 24-hour News 8.
Officers tell us they do not believe the victim in the crash is from our area. There is no word yet on what charges the at-fault driver is going to be facing here. Now, that crash is just the latest wrong-way crash to happen in West Michigan in recent months here to make news. Earlier this month, there was a deadly wrong-way crash on eastbound I-96 near Marne. That crash killed Shirley Van Hoven and Donna Lehman. Then in August, a wrong-way crash happened on US 131 near 36th Street in Grand Rapids. 2 drivers hospitalized there. And back in June, another deadly wrong-way crash on eastbound I-96 near 68th Street in Coopersville. Police say the at-fault driver there died in that wreck.